Hey there, we are going to continue with Dory Phantasmagoria today. We are reading chapter 4, which is called Longbones. Mrs. Gobblecracker, what are you doing here? I ask her. But she doesn't have time to answer that, and one by one, she has to fight off each pirate. And one by one, she throws them overboard. Time to get out of here, she says. We jump off the pirate ship into her little gateway boat. Since when are you a pirate? I asked Mrs. Gobblecracker. I needed to get out of my cave, she says. Since when are you? What are you supposed to be in that outfit? A lawyer? No, I was trying to help Violet find a treasure and, oh, forget it. Treasure? That's what I'm looking for, says Mrs. Gobblecracker. What a coincidence, I say. Don't say such big words, she says. Say goo goo gaga. Why? 'Cause I finally caught you. So that means you are my baby. Oh, brother. Coochie coochie coo, says Mrs. Gobblecracker. We're going to make a great team. Maybe we will, I grumble. Maybe I'm just as bad as you after all. All this time, I always knew we belonged together, she says. We get out of the rowboat and climb aboard Mrs. Gobblecracker's ship. I recognize Mrs. Gobblecracker's helpers from a long time ago. Follow me to the dressing room, she says, where we will find your baby pirate outfit. When I come out of the dressing room, Mrs. Gobblecracker squeals with delight. You look so cute, and I am the perfect baby pirate name for you. Are you ready? Presenting my very own Tiny Tuff, she says. Tiny Tuff? Yeah, I kind of like that, I say. For dinner, Mrs. Gobblecracker feeds me baby food. I haven't had this in a while. It's actually pretty good, I say and open my mouth wide. Says Mrs. Gobblecracker, feeding me. So, let me get this straight. You don't want me to grow up, right? I asked Mrs. Gobblecracker. That means no chores and I can lose all my stuff? That's right, because you're my little baby, says Mrs. Gobblecracker. And I love my little baby. So you'll always love me, no matter what I do, I ask, and drop my spoon, because that's what babies do. I'll love you forever, no matter what, she says, and picks up the spoon. But what if you're dead, I ask, and drop the spoon. I'll still love you when I'm dead, she says, and picks up the spoon. But what if I kill you, I ask, and drop the spoon. Hee, I laugh. Just kidding. After dinner, Mrs. Gobblecracker says she has a baby monitor for me, so she can always know where I am. Mrs. Gobblecracker, this is a walkie-talkie, I tell her. You know that, right? Oh, whatever, she says. I can't keep up with all the technology. I teach her some walkie-talkie lingo. What's your code name? I ask. Mine is Tiny Tuff, of course. Mrs. Gobblecracker picks Longbones. Not a bad choice, I tell her. Mrs. Gobblecracker holds out her hand, and I take it. This is Tiny Tuff to Longbones. Let's go steal some gold. Over. Roger that. On our first adventure together, we sneak up on a ship of rich ocean cats and steal their gold. We're bad, really bad. Surprise attack! After that, it was clear we were a team. Ahoy, my big buttocks! Mrs. Gobblecracker and me. So here are the things from Mrs. Gobblecracker's list. It says, big, scary, sword-fighting skills, highly motivated by greed, has pirate gear. And for Dory, it says, big muscles, fast, smart, can hide in small places, and can do the Macarena. There's that list. I hear my mom yelling, Rascal, get out of the bath. What on earth are you doing in there for so long? First, you won't take a bath, and then you won't come out. This is Tiny Tuff to Longbones. I have to go. Do you copy? Stop talking to that bar of soap. And why is there so much water on the floor? She yells, slipping on the bathroom tile. There were a lot of big fights in here, I say. That night at dinner, I tell my family that I don't think my nickname should be Rascal anymore. Because what does that even mean? Nobody knows. It means troublemaker, says Lynn. Duh. It does? Hey, Mom! Not in a bad way, in a loving way, says my mom. I want a new nickname. From now on, just call me Tiny Tough, I say, and I flex my muscles. Luke spits out his drink, laughing. Nobody's going to call you that, he says. Mrs. Gobblecracker does, I say. You're friends with Mrs. Gobblecracker now, Violet laughs. I hate it when they laugh at me. I don't know why. Not exactly friends, I say, more like business partners. So you've crossed over to the dark side, asks Luke, like in Star Wars? Once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, says my dad. May the Force be with you. Later that night, I find out that Mrs. Gobblecracker cannot handle having a walkie-talkie. She keeps hitting the talk button without realizing it. I hear her say a lot of weird stuff. What is she doing? I said, more lumps in it. This is at 6:47 p.m. Remember that time a few hundred years ago I found all that squashy meat under a chair? But I want you to throw fish at me. It feels good. I finally learned how to blow my nose. So she's saying all these strange things on the walkie-talkie. This is Tiny Tough to Longbones. Do you know you keep pushing the talk button? Can you please stop? I have to go to bed. Do you copy? Whoops, sorry about that. Lullaby and good night. Over and out. When Mrs. Gobblecracker is finally quiet, I think about Mary. I miss her soft, fuzzy fur. I miss her loud monster laugh. I miss her sneaky run. I miss all our games that we play. I even miss when she gets mad at me and goes bonkers and sits on top of me. I wonder what she's doing right now. And when is she going to come home? How do you fall asleep when you don't have a monster under your bed? And that is the end of chapter 4. Next, we will read chapter 5, which is titled Sock Muscles. See you next time.